Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. The excitement is palpable as we gear up for the start of the NFL season, and no team has more questions looming over their head than the Chicago Bears. The anticipation is building, especially with some key players potentially missing Week 1, a crucial game against the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football. It's the kind of scenario that can set the tone for the entire season, and it's got Bears fans on the edge of their seats. When you look at the current state of the team, especially with a roster full of young, talented players trying to find their rhythm, any absence of veterans or key contributors can be a game changer. And right now, the biggest concern revolves around linebacker T.J. Edwards and backup running back Roscoe Johnson, both of whom are battling injuries that could keep them out of that opening clash. During a practice session on September 3rd, it was visibly clear that Edwards and Johnson weren't participating, which immediately raised eyebrows across the NFL community. Edwards, who has been a cornerstone of the Bears' defense since arriving in Chicago, has been dealing with a nagging lower body injury, an issue that's been lingering since spring. It's not just a minor scare, it's a situation that could significantly impact the Bears' defensive setup. The fact that his injury remains undisclosed adds to the mystery, but what we do know is that he's been battling something that's affected his mobility and performance. For someone like Edwards, who in 2023 led the Bears with an impressive 153 tackles, including 90 solo tackles, his presence on the field is more than just a number. It's a leadership role that can't easily be replaced. Last season, he also added 5 sacks, 3 interceptions, and a couple of fumble recoveries, showing his versatility and playmaking ability. In 2024, he kept up the high level of production with 129 tackles, 40 sacks, and a forced fumble. Without Edwards, the Bears' linebacker core will have to adapt quickly. They'll rely more heavily on Tremaine Edmunds, who's known for handling play calling and making sure the defense stays organized. However, losing Edwards removes a critical piece of the puzzle: his ability to diagnose runs, clean up space underneath, and provide that veteran stability. Against a Vikings team that loves to spread the field horizontally, testing the middle with quick passes and running plays, the absence of Edwards could be a significant concern. You have to remember that the Vikings have players like Justin Jefferson and the offensive line that can exploit hesitation or gaps, and without Edwards to anchor that second level, the Bears might be vulnerable early in the season. And then there's Roscoe Johnson. His situation, while less mysterious, is equally worrying. Young running back suffered a foot injury in early August, and while he's been listed as questionable for Monday Night Football, the signs point to him not being ready to go. Johnson, in just 2 seasons with Chicago, has shown flashes of reliability, especially in short yardage and goal line situations. Last year, he carried the ball 55 times for 150 yards, scoring 6 touchdowns, most of them in tight spaces, where his power and vision helped the Bears punch in crucial scores. His ability to be a dependable option in short yardage scenarios makes him a perfect complement to DeAndre Swift, who's expected to shoulder most of the workload if Johnson isn't available. Johnson's absence would mean a slight reshuffle in the backfield, with rookie Kyle Monangai potentially stepping in near the goal line, and Brown being elevated from the practice squad to provide extra insurance. This injury situation is still evolving, and the first official injury report will shed more light on the severity of Edwards and Johnson's injuries. But right now, things aren't looking too promising. It's a tough pill to swallow for Bears fans, especially considering how much momentum the team has built in the offseason. The draft picks, the new coaching staff, the offseason acquisitions, all have created a buzz around Chicago that this could be the year they finally turn the corner and compete for playoff positioning. But injuries are part of the game, and how they respond to these setbacks could define their season. Looking at the broader picture, the Chicago Bears have been in a bit of a rebuild phase that has taken a lot of patience from their fans. Since taking over as head coach, Matt Eberflus has been trying to instill a disciplined, aggressive mindset into his squad. There's a lot of young talent on this team, especially on defense, with players like Noah Sewell stepping into bigger roles this season. Sewell, a promising linebacker, will likely be called upon to fill in for Edwards if he's sidelined. He's shown flashes of potential, and with the right guidance, he could step up and deliver some of the leadership the defense needs. On the offensive side, it's all about how well the team can adapt without Johnson, especially in the running game. The Bears have invested a lot in their offensive line this offseason, trying to create more running lanes for their backs. The addition of Swift at running back was supposed to bring a new dimension to their attack, someone who can make plays both on the ground and in the passing game. But with Johnson possibly out, the team's ground game might lean even more heavily on Swift, who is known for his versatility and ability to break off big runs. Rookie Monangai could see more opportunities near the goal line, and the coaching staff will need to get creative to make sure the offense remains effective. This entire situation feeds into the larger narrative of the Bears' 2025 campaign. Everyone's eyes are on Justin Fields, the quarterback who's been working tirelessly to develop his game and lead this team to consistent success. Fields' progression as a passer and decision-maker will be crucial if Chicago is to make a playoff push. The injuries to Edwards and Johnson put extra pressure on him and the coaching staff to make smart adjustments early on. It's a test of resilience, of how well the team can overcome adversity and stay focused on their ultimate goal, competing at a high level and making the playoffs. The defense, in particular, will have to step up. Losing a leader like Edwards means that other players need to step into bigger roles, and that's where the depth of the roster will be tested. Players like Tremaine Edmonds will have to be at their best, and young guys like Sewell and Hippolyte II will need to rise to the occasion. It's a challenge, no doubt, but it also presents an opportunity for these players to showcase their talent and prove they're ready for bigger responsibilities. From a strategic standpoint, the coaching staff might have to tweak their game plan to account for these injuries. Perhaps more emphasis on quick passes, ball control, and disciplined coverage to mitigate the absence of Edwards, especially against a team like the Vikings that can capitalize on defensive lapses. Offensively, the Bears may need to lean more on Swift and their short yardage options, ensuring they can still grind out drives even if Johnson can't play. It's about adapting on the fly, showing resilience, and maintaining the competitive edge that's been cultivated during the offseason. For Bears fans, this is a moment of both concern and hope. Concern because injuries always threaten to derail momentum, especially at the start of the season when teams are still finding their rhythm. But hope because of the depth, the talent, and the resilience that this team has shown over the years. The coaching staff has been emphasizing mental toughness, and players like Swift and Sewell understand that they might need to be the difference makers in these early weeks. As we look ahead to that game against the Vikings, it's clear that every play, every decision, and every effort will be magnified. The NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint, but starting on the right footing is crucial. The Bears' defense, led by the remaining veterans and young rising stars, will need to be airtight. The offense, even with some missing pieces, must find a way to execute smoothly and efficiently. And above all, the team's mental toughness will be put to the test. Can they rally around these setbacks, come together, and show the league that they're still a force to be reckoned with? In the grand scheme of things, injuries like these are just part of football's unpredictable nature. But what really matters is how the Bears respond, how they adapt, how the coaching staff strategizes, and how the players step up when it counts the most. This early obstacle might just be a test of their character and resilience, setting the tone for what could be a memorable season. Fans should stay tuned, because once the injury report is out and we get a clearer picture, we'll know more about how the Bears will approach their Week 1 showdown and beyond. So in conclusion, keep your spirits high, Chicago fans. This team has shown grit and determination before, and they'll need every ounce of it now. The injuries to TJ Edwards and Roscoe Johnson are setbacks, but they're also opportunities for others to step into the spotlight. It's a chance for the younger players and role players to prove they belong, and for the team to demonstrate that even in the face of adversity, they remain united and hungry for success. The season is just beginning, and while the road might be a bit rough at the start, the potential for greatness is still very much alive. The The NFC North is shaping up to be a fierce battleground, and the Bears want to make sure they're standing tall when it matters most. Stay with us for all the updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights, because we're just getting started on this journey with Chicago Bears. And remember, every game is a new chapter, one filled with hope, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of victory. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.